Hi, this is Jacko. We're going to replace the diaphragm on a Rainbird DV100 sprinkler valve. Now I'm doing this for my friend Lee. He got an estimate of $125 from his friendly sprinkler repairman.
Bullshit!
This part was $5 at Home Depot. That's what it's going to cost you after I show you how to do it. First thing we're going to do is dig out the valve box. The reason, you just don't have enough room to work in there. I mean, look, there's nothing there. So we dug it out. We put our fescue grass, or whatever grass it is, on some plastic bags so it'll be easy to put back in. And any extra dirt you put on the plastic bags too, making your job so much easier. This does not have to be a messy job, as you'll see. Okay, the sprinkler valve on the right is the one that is leaking and where we're going to replace the diaphragm. But as you can see, the valves are pretty dirty. And since you don't want any dirt to enter the system, we're going to clean them off with a hose, suck out the extra water with our shop vac to make it surgically clean. So here we go.
Make sure you mark the two wires on the solenoid of where they connect to the main trunk line.
Alright, now you can see we've got the valves nice and surgically clean. And the reason I say surgically is you don't want any dirt to get in the system. If it does, it's just going to cause problems later. So take the time to get it clean. Now, when you unbolt these bolts, do them in a crisscross pattern. Do it a little at a time because there's a spring under there that's going to release, and you don't want to pop it in your face. Plus, you don't want to damage the screws. And also remember, when you're working with plastic and metal screws, do not over tighten because you can crack the body here and then you've got to take out the valve. But I will tell you, the chances of that happening if you follow my directions are very slim. Okay, we almost have the last screw out here. As you can see, the top is nice and loose. I'm going to take it off. Still got one caught here. But I guarantee you, folks, you can save yourself hundreds of dollars doing this yourself. And the sprinkler guy isn't going to do it any better. Because this is just like changing the oil on a car. It's not that hard.
This is the top assembly with the solenoid. Right here is a nipple we have to line the diaphragm up with. There's your diaphragm nipple hole.
Okay, here's the diaphragm. You just easily lift it out. And as you can see, we've got a pretty clean body in there. There's a little dirt right over here, which, you just take your finger right over here. Now here's where that nipple's got to go on the new diaphragm. If you can get a close-up of that.
Right here is the nipple for the diaphragm. You have to make sure you get it on right, so make sure you pay close attention.
This is exactly what the kit looks like off the Home Depot shelf. Like I said, I think it was $4.85. It was under $5. You'll save yourself $100.
Twist the spring onto this center protrusion. Place the diaphragm onto the body, making sure you get that nipple and the diaphragm hole lined up beautifully. With the screws in the top, guide it down onto the diaphragm using the screws as kind of a pilot. Now you will encounter some resistance because of that spring. Once you get it down, hold it down with one finger while you tighten two opposite screws to hold the top on. Then continue to tighten the screws a little at a time in the crisscross pattern until they are all snug.
Now remember, we did this in a crisscross pattern. Our friendly dogs are listening to the video also. We tighten here, then go here, then here, then here, then here. Just get them snug. Don't use manpower on them because you don't want to crack the plastic body. Just get them snug. If they're not tight, you'll know it when the water comes on, and you can tighten them a little more. We've got our bonnet back on. The screws were tightened alternately. They're snug and a little bit more, but not full manpower. Now we've got to put our wires back. Doesn't matter which wire goes to which, okay, as far as you already marked where they came off your main trunk line of wires. So just put them back, and then we're going to test it to make sure it works. Okay, we put our wires back on, put the silicone in there to guard against moisture. We got them all properly taped. Remember, you got a common wire, and then you've got the control wire or the hot wire to the solenoid, which opens it up to allow the water to flow. Okay, we've got all our wires back together. We've turned the water on. First thing you want to do is make sure there's no leakage. Our dogs agree there is no leakage. Second thing you want to do is give it about 5 minutes, or as my good friend used to say, about the time it would take to drink a Coors Light.
We've got the water on, and as you can see, we have no leaking.
Okay, we've tested everything. Everything works. Now it's time to put everything back together. So carefully gather your wires, okay? And what you want to do is you want to put your box in, bring your wires up through it, and see how it's going to sit. See, right now that's pretty proud of the surface out here. So they make these little indents where you can put it like through the pipe, like that. I don't know if you can see it right here. You see this indent? And you see how it's straddling the pipe? They make these on the box, so it's real convenient. That's pretty level. If it wasn't level and you needed to bring it up a little bit, you can take some 1/2-inch pipe, cut it in half, put it under there, and kind of shim it up, so to speak. Now we decided that it does need to be shimmed up, so we're going to use some old scrap 3/4-inch pipe. Just slip it right under, so you get a little shim there as you're putting the dirt back in. It'll raise it up a little, make it a little proud, adjust it as needed. This is just a darn good idea that was taught to me by a sprinkler man that charged me $120, and I decided after he taught me that I was going to learn how to do it myself. So now it's shimmed up. Now remember, I told you, put this on plastic bags. Look how nice and easy and how nice and clean it works. Nice and clean. Got a little on me over here, but that's not too bad.